Hello and welcome back to more AI the Somnium Files, where last time we had some very intense conversations about family and abuse and a bunch of other stuff because it was one hell of an episode, and today we're going to try to make some more progress in our investigation by heading to... Oh, never mind, I guess we'll just go into the place where we karate-kidded Mizuki into unleashing her inner superpowers of shockwave blasting everything around her.
Huh? Why are we at the shrine?
Good question.
Did you come here to pray that you find the criminal?
No, I don't believe in God.
Wow, how edgy teen of you.
What the
Don't call me a teen. You're 12.
Well, you said that you got the shoulders of a 40-year-old.
That's not even remotely similar.
What is this conversation?
So why are we really here?
Oh, okay.
I sometimes come here when an investigation stalls. It helps me think. Sometimes I even solve the case from here. This is a quiet, peaceful little spot in the middle of a violent city. It's calming. It keeps all of the bad thoughts away.
Didn't expect you to be such a poet.
You could at least call me a romantic.
Same thing.
They're not at all the same.
No.
It's the difference between someone who's frugal and someone who's cheap.
You're stubborn about weirdly specific things.
So many points I want to jump in and just yell at both of them, but... okay. Can we have a chat?
Coming here reminds me of when I trained you.
Yeah, when you almost killed me with your shockwave blast.
Yeah. It's been a while since we came here last.
It's been a while since I almost murdered you. In cold blood. Oh, are we gonna get to see it again?
More to teach you. Let us see the results of your training.
Really?
Leave it to me.
The results of her training is gonna be killing everybody around her.
Begin!
Yeah. What the... Seriously! You're a goddamn superhero! What the...
How's that?
Well, this is on you.
Hey! What are you two doing?
Mizuki, run for it!
Wait for me!
What? Good thing I stopped the episode when I did, because what a tonal shift from yesterday's episode. Jesus Christ.
Whatever happened to those kids who
If she tries to use these very eloquent self-defense skills on anybody that tries to attack her, they're gonna die!
Oh, did I not tell you?
Did I not tell you? I murdered them violently after you started teaching me all these insane superhero powers.
I didn't want to pry.
They stopped bugging me as soon as I threatened to fight back. They targeted some other kids instead. They did terrible things. So I broke all their front teeth.
Jesus.
Jeez.
Hey, since we're here, let's go into the shrine.
I told you, I don't believe in that stuff.
Come on, come on.
Again, I'd like to reiterate, the production value is off the charts. Like, I almost don't even believe this is a Spike Chunsoft game, with how good it looks, both in terms of fidelity and fluidity in the animations.
What did you ask for?
But then we get back to the dialogue, and it doesn't take long for something to remind me that we're playing a Spike Chunsoft
To
game.
leave this boring place as soon as possible. And you?
It's a secret. When you tell people your wish, it won't come true.
Then why did you ask me?
Because if your dream doesn't come true, mine is more likely to.
You're more crooked than a hernia.
Huh? Anyway, where to next?
Here. Now we're going to the cold storage warehouse. Surely now we'll be able to make some headway. Maybe we'll learn something of use. And not just how Mizuki's has started down the path of violence and blood and death and destruction.
This is where Iris and Ota almost got killed, right? Gives me goosebumps.
You scared? That's rare. You need to chill.
And you need to stop talking.
You need to get better jokes.
Oh, I understand. Chill, meaning both cold and relaxed.
Iba.
A pun intended.
Don't explain it. It's embarrassing.
Oh, wait. Hold on. She needs to stop moving for me to look at that again. Man, that is nice. It's a very... she stutters. Or she doesn't stutter, but she shivers. If you look really closely at Mizuki. Yeah, her head is shivering in the cold. That is a very... That's almost too... This is what I mean. That's too subtle for Spike Chunsoft. They've never had this good of animation quality in anything they've ever made. So, to see that level of minute detail in all the character models is just mind-blowing. I'm genuinely stunned. And again, this is coming from someone who never gets caught up on superficial details to praise when it comes to a game. Or at least almost never, because it's all secondary to the actual substance of the story and the gameplay. In this case, the story. But, man, it's just, when we're dealing with a track record of just the absolute sludge of video games, it really does blow me away with how impressive this has all been so far. Anyway,
Ota was down around here, right?
Correct.
The bloodstains there must belong to Ota.
Correct.
No, wait. That's where the polar bear's leg was pierced by the hook.
Date, I've analyzed the blood. The bloodstain here is not from a single person. 2 different blood types are present. One of them is most likely Ota's, the other.
Hey, do you have DNA forensics on that bloodstain?
Of course, yeah. I already sent it to the lab to be analyzed. I'm just waiting to hear back.
Why are you waiting?
Because that blood is from Ota Matsushida's wound, right? I didn't think there was any need to rush the results.
Tell them we need it analyzed urgently. Highest priority. The culprit's blood is mixed with Ota's.
Yes, sir. Understood.
I will take you at your word despite not having been present for the past entirety of this investigation.
You did it, Date. We're making progress.
If this goes well, we can identify the criminal with a single test.
Okay,
It might take some time for the results to come out. No point waiting here. We might as well check somewhere else.
somewhere warmer,
Got it.
preferably. Like a sauna, maybe. Or Lemniscate. We could also go here, I guess. After we watch ourselves drive down the same road again. Oh great, we're back to the reception desk again, my favorite. Have you seen anyone with an injured left leg? By the way, what? Oh my god, I only had to... Honestly, the fact that I even got one line of dialogue into this choice wheel before getting something out of Spike Chunsoft's wheelhouse is just amazing. And the other one is, I want to touch your too big... Ah, it's exhausting. It's exhausting. Okay. Do I even want to know what happens if I say the top one?
Oh, this is embarrassing. But okay.
No, why?
Seriously? Really?
This...
Yeah?
What? Yeah, I sprinted, cause at full throttle, cause I just cannot contain myself. In a mad dash, I sprinted to the desk. Then she sealed her... Oh my Jesus Christ. Why?
What are you doing?
You're... Why? 1, why? 2, double why? And 3, why are you doing this while Mizuki is right in front of you?
Sorry, what?
Does this have anything to do with the investigation?
No.
Please tell me that's Mizuki who slapped him. Yes, good. Very good. Dragged me back to where I was. Oh my god. Let's go to Atami together. Sure, why not? Let's keep going down this rabbit hole.
Huh? What
What are you doing?
Oh, I can ask it again. Oh, we're gonna keep asking it.
I'm putting the investigation on hold.
This is like the same when we asked that guy's name at the sunfish pocket earlier.
I'm going to Atami with her. I've made up my mind. You can't stop me.
Side effects of the medication. This is acute brain failure.
and again.
Wait, are you serious?
Do I look like I'm joking?
We can. There's got to be a punchline here, right? There was a punchline to the one where we could keep asking for the guy's name. There's got to be a punchline to this one too.
Date, you're being annoying again.
No, I'm not giving up.
Do you know how angry I can get, Date?
I'm not giving up. There is a punchline here. I know it.
Let's go to Atami.
There's got to be a punchline here.
Okay.
Yes, punchline. Give me the punchline. I took her hand and led her out of Lemnis Gate. I left Aiba behind. Wait, really? Or are we really doing this? Really? Really? Okay. Alright. Who needs to catch the Cyclops killer? We can go to Atami. Wherever that is. Alright, I guess we're here. Thus concludes the case of the new Cyclops serial killer. Goodbye, police officer life. Hello, Atami Shizuoka. I decided to begin life anew as a carnival worker in the hot springs town. The end. Oh, wait, really? Oh my god, really? Oh, that was an actual ending. Okay. Well, please roll credits. Please roll credits. Come on, do it. Give me credits. Oh, lame! Lame! I wanted credits. I would have died of laughter if they rolled credits for that. Oh, that would have just been so funny. That would have been so goddamn funny if they actually played credits for that. Oh, that was so dumb, but it was so worth it. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. So how do I get back to where we were? Can we reopen investigation? Okay. So we were here. No, sorry, here. We were at the Talani's Lemnis Gate. Okay, so we can thankfully. I'm glad we don't have to redo all that. I'm glad we can just jump right back into where we left off. That is very nice. I highly approve of this game. Okay. Wow. That was insane. That was absolutely absurd. Anyway, moving along to actually maybe getting somewhere of substance with this episode. No, not the desk. Have you seen anyone with an injured left leg?
Nope, sorry. But I did see a guy who had legs like a horsehair crab.
What? Sounds horrifying.
Great. These options are both really bad. Okay. Can I talk to you?
Mizuki, could you go to the office? Ask them if they've seen anyone with an injured left leg.
Got it.
Mizuki ran into the office. After a while, she returned dejected.
Looks like it didn't go well.
No.
You know, it's a really counterproductive idea to find someone with an injured left leg in this city. This seems like a really, really big time. Not that there's an efficient way to do this, but this is gonna take a while.
Good idea. You might find something important in there.
Mizuki and I investigated Renju's office, but I didn't find anything that could be a clue. Great.
Damn, no hits.
Why did we come here again?
Don't be discouraged. Bad days and sore feet are part of the job.
Time to earn my paycheck, I guess.
We really have made zero progress over the past 2 episodes so far. I mean, I guess ever since we left the Somnium, really just no major developments have unfolded thus far. We got character stuff, which is neat, but a lot of this has just been off the rails, as is the case with AI the Somnium Files. I visited Sunfish Pocket with Mizuki. You know, the scene of her father's murder. I brought her there because I think when I do things. Once again, I looked for any clues we might have missed.
I guess it was a waste of time.
This has all been a waste of time.
I didn't find any clues. Not really. Yeah. Nothing we can do here.
Like, what is... We really aren't getting anywhere, are we?
Mizuki! And Date.
Same reaction to you there, buddy.
Ota, are you okay?
Yeah, totally.
Oh, I don't want to get in your way. I should head home before I cause any more trouble.
No, not at all. You're fine right here.
No, really, I should go. I'm sure that he has more fun with his friends than with me, so...
Mayumi quickly shuffled out of the
Thanks,
room.
Mizuki.
Huh?
You came to visit me.
Oh, yeah. Right.
It would be awkward to admit we are only here for the investigation.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll happily tell him, hey, buddy, we don't actually give a shit about you. Can we just leave?
Yeah, let's go.
Alright.
Wait, you two just got here.
That's the plan.
We saw you. Now we can go.
Oh, cold. Cold.
We already have Ota's testimony. It is unlikely he has any further useful information.
Then I beg the question of why we came here in the first place, unless the intent was to make it sting more. Like, hey, you have visitors. Just kidding, we're going. See ya! Right. That would be really cruel, but also it's Ota, so who gives a shit?
Where to now, Date?
Hopefully hopefully we can find the plot in one of these locations. Maybe one of these locations has the plot. Maybe. Maybe in one of these locations, we will get to continue the plot. That'd be cool. Can we do that? That'd be a grand old time. Back here again.
So that's the situation.
I see. Someone with an injured left leg, huh?
Still not used to... Wait, what? Whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What? Okay, so I'm not sure if you guys have seen what I just saw. So our choices here are... Still not used to mama. What's in the backpack? And then, do you have a problem with gay people? Completely out of nowhere, randomly, we just have this as a dialogue option.
No, not at all.
She's probably confused as hell that you asked her this. You'd be like, why? What is bringing on this topic of conversation?
I see gay people on TV all the time, so it's not weird to me. The LGBT community is rich in sensibility, has excellent taste, and is full of talented artistic people.
All those are
And
true.
They share a common struggle. It makes them more sensitive and capable of sympathy. That's why so many of them are kind and caring. And they choose how to live their lives on their own terms. It means they have a strong backbone. So because of all that, I really respect them. They're even kind of cool. And that means you too, Mama.
Oh, I love it! Bravo! 6 million yen to you!
You can transfer it to my account.
Well, she didn't say anything that was wrong. Everything she said was 100% correct. But that was definitely a very out of left field thing I did not expect to be brought up in the middle of the investigation. Not at all, actually. Okay. Moving along then, what's in the backpack?
Hey, Mizuki, what's inside that backpack you always have on you?
Why?
I'm just curious.
Well, water, dehydrated bread, chocolate, biscuits, a flashlight, a hand charger, Swiss Army knife, a candle, matches, triangular badges, a first aid kit, whistle, portable toilet, a plastic bag, duct tape, a grenade, a magnet, disposable hand warmer.
Do you have an entire disaster relief kit in your bag?
I'm not sure what was the more outrageous one. The portable toilet or the grenade. I just... Just the idea of casually mentioning that you have a grenade in your backpack or a portable toilet. Oh my god. Oh my Jesus.
Better safe than sorry. I'm ready for anything.
Oh my god.
Perhaps I misheard.
This game is
Is
amazing.
there an illegal item?
Nope, you heard nothing. You heard absolutely nothing.
Right, the Swiss Army knife. Yeah, I'll look the other way.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I heard nothing incorrect about that entire set. Jesus Christ. Oh, this game is absolutely incredible. I love this. This has just been a blast to play. Non-stop. Oh my good Lord Almighty. Okay.
Sorry, no idea.
Damn. I thought you, of all people, would know something.
I am an informant, but really dangerous information doesn't just come rolling in here. But I promise, I'll keep my eye out for anything.
Please do.
And if I find something, you have to take a bath with me.
What? No.
Absolutely not.
Oh, why not?
Because you take up all the hot water.
Or how about I just don't want to get naked with a stranger?
I promise I won't.
Also, yeah, that's yeah, because obviously Dante, this would not be an issue for Dante ordinarily, obviously. But the person playing the game doesn't want to just jump into a bathtub with a random stranger. I'll pass, thanks.
I'll even take the costume off.
That's not an incentive.
Costume?
Mm-hmm. And I look good without.
Alright, can we move along now? Can we head out? That'd be great, thanks. Time to go.
Thanks for the chat, Mama.
Oh, leaving already?
Yes.
I have an investigation to finish, but I'll be back.
You are so impatient, even though you take your time in bed.
Don't
What
say
the...
things like that.
In bed? What is that?
Moving along now. Moving along now.
You don't need to know. Let's go.
Moving right along now. Okay, well, that was, this has been a handful of conversations. Jesus Christ. I honestly, I don't even know why I'm surprised at anything anymore. In a Spike Chunsoft game, anything goes. Wow, we visited every single one of those locations and none of them got us anywhere. We learned absolutely nothing useful from any of those locations.
Wait, if I take the call, Mizuki might ask questions.
Are you talking to yourself again? Do you need to go to the hospital?
Exactly.
I can put it on speaker.
Please.
Date, are you with Mizuki right now?
Yes, what's up?
I need you to come to Abyss headquarters with Mizuki.
I was just heading there. Did something happen?
Yeah, the head office is here. They want to get information from Mizuki. We here at Abyss have her testimony, but the rest of the MPD wants to hear from her. They didn't get anything from her last time. They want to do an official questioning. This order comes straight from the top. We don't have the power to say no, so please.
You heard her.
I don't want to. I want to keep investigating.
There's nothing we can do. We can't fight the power of the state.
You are the power of the state.
Abyss is a toenail on the foot of the state. As far as they're concerned, we don't really do anything, and we don't have any say in what they do. And anytime we get too troublesome, they cut us off.
Why? Stupid Date.
This is not at all my fault, but okay. Oakley dokley then. Still haven't found the plot yet. Still looking for it. We've been trying to find it this whole episode. Maybe we'll find it here. I assume we'll find it here. Probably. Maybe. Hopefully. I don't know.
Sorry for the trouble.
Don't worry about it. I'm just a slave to you anyway.
Oh, come on. I don't treat you like a slave, do I? Just because I sometimes make you lick between my toes?
What the Oh my god! Who writes this shit? Who wrote this? Like, unironically though, who wrote this? Who wrote this? I can't... Oh my Jesus Christ. Oh, this game can't be real. What? I don't even...
What?
I didn't lick Like anything?
Anyway, thanks, Date.
Why do you... You know, boss, you were in contention for among the top characters. You're quickly sinking down the ranks.
And don't worry about Mizuki. I told HQ to take it easy.
Mizuki, just make sure you behave and listen.
It'll be over soon, don't worry. Besides that, Date, there's something I have to tell you. You have a message from one of the inspectors at the warehouse. He wants to give you some information in person at the warehouse.
Could he have...
The blood results?
I'll head over right
The
away.
one useful piece of information we almost learned today.
Ugh.
Jeez.
Oh boy. Okay, apparently it's the desert now in the warehouse district.
Date, sorry to make you come all the way down here, but I have the results of the DNA analysis.
What did you find?
It's just like you said, there were 2 different blood signatures. One is definitely from Ota Matsushita. The other...
Huh?
Well, we got the results, but we couldn't find any matches in our database.
That is not surprising. HQ does not have a complete record of everyone's DNA.
What now? What now?
Do not panic. I have a piece of information I think you should know.
What is it?
I have discovered a suspicious person at your 12 o'clock. 200 yards.
How exactly did you do that?
Person?
That's not my 2 o'clock. That... Do you know what clock... She did say 2 o'clock. Okay, fine. Okay, never mind. She said 12 o'clock. She had 200 yards, 12 o'clock. That's still not my 12 o'clock. I mean, if I look in this direction, it is. But if I'm looking this way to face you, it's not. It's more like 9 or 10. That's closer to 10 or 11, I guess. But, minor point to get stuck up on, I suppose.
You're right. There's someone there, but I'm not close enough to tell.
Well, then let's go ahead and zoom in and enhance. Wow. Okay. I mean, you're not even trying to hide it.
So Sejima.
I don't believe it. His left leg.
Huh?
So Sejima! Stop! Damn it! It's him. So's the culprit.
Calm down. We cannot yet make that conclusion.
Yeah, you're leaping ahead a little bit there, buddy.
He's only dragging his left leg.
But he's been all over this case so far. Shoko and Renju are both in bed with the Kumakuras, and the Kumakuras know So. And not just that. We saw him in Iris's Somnium.
Still.
And he has no alibi. No alibi for Shoko, Renju, or the warehouse.
Date, calm down. The only thing we have so far is circumstantial evidence. We also do not have any established motive. Why would he kill Shoko and Renju? Why would he cut out Iris's eyeball?
Well...
However, I do agree that So is suspicious.
Do you agree with me or not?
I am explaining to you that we currently do not have enough evidence to bring him in. Confronting him now would only result in him denying everything. We need direct evidence.
Direct evidence.
The criminal's blood from the cold storage warehouse. If the DNA matches So's...
Right. We need to get So's DNA.
The question is, how?
Where? Excuse me. It's a little voice crack, I suppose. I need to clear my throat for a second there. So, where can we get So's DNA? We can get it from the Kumakura's office.
Hey, Aiba.
It's the only place I know for sure.
When we went to the Kumakura is office Sunday?
Of course. I am incapable of forgetting anything.
Then let me ask you a question. What was on the table in front of the sofa?
The cigarette butts. So was smoking those cigarettes.
Exactly. And So's saliva might still be on the butts. If we have that, we have So's DNA.
Wait a moment. That was 2 days ago. The ashtray must have been emptied by now.
But there's a chance. We have to at least try.
I agree.
All right, let's head there.
Hey, what are you doing here?
You fucking with us, old man?
Date, don't bother.
I know.
I approached the sofa without saying anything. I looked at the ashtray on the table. But...
Hey, where are the cigarette butts that were in here?
Huh?
The cigarette butts, from when I was here a few days ago.
We threw them away, of course, dumbass.
Where, dumbass?
Why do you care about some cigarettes?
I need them for the investigation of the new Cyclops serial killings.
I see. Just last morning, I heard there was a new victim. I didn't watch it, but I heard something about it being streamed online. Poor girl got one of her eyes cut out. I know that, idiot. Sorry. And you're here for the investigation?
Yes.
So if I cooperate, you'll help you arrest this guy?
Correct.
All right. Look around as much as you want.
Huh?
That was easy.
You said you were looking for cigarette butts, right?
Yeah, the one So was smoking.
So Sajima. You think he did it?
No, nothing for sure yet.
Hey guys, where's the cigarettes that were in here?
Probably in the trash in the back, boss.
Bring me the one that So was smoking.
Yes, sir.
The henchman went into the back room. He soon came back with 4 cigarette butts in a plastic bag. I used disposable chopsticks to lay them out on the table.
I didn't touch them.
I'm being considerate, I see. But why did you bring 4?
There were a couple of other cigarette butts in the bin.
I didn't know which one So smoked.
Moma?
I don't remember.
But So's cigarette is definitely one of these?
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Date, remember the brand that So was smoking?
Right. He was smoking.
Rookie, Ramboro, Llamas, Klein, cigarettes. Well, seeing as, even if I didn't know, only one of them is actually labeled as with the cigarette title, so I'm gonna go with this one.
Klein.
Or subtitle, rather.
Remember. So was smoking a Klein cigarette.
Correct.
So basically, they make it so that even if you don't remember what it is, they essentially make it a case of spotting the difference, because only one of them actually has the title, the word cigarette following the name.
Let's return to Abyss. Pewter should be able to get DNA from it.
Got it.
Looks like you found it.
Yeah, thanks to you.
Ah, this was nothing. Anything for Tessa.
Tessa? Did you just say Tessa?
What are you talking about, you Neanderthal? I said anything for Tesseract.
Yeah, that makes complete
This
sense.
doesn't even make sense.
Shut up! If you're done here, get your ass going.
All right. Whatever you say.
Well, I guess we got a payoff for the Yakuza office, so that's pretty neat. Still stand by the fact that that visit to the Yakuza office was completely random last week. But still, there's a payoff. It's pretty neat.
I'm counting on you, Pewter.
You can leave it to me.
Pewter took the cigarette butt from me.
If the DNA on that cigarette butt Matches the bloodstain in the warehouse.
There would be no doubt that So Sejima is our mysterious polar bear.
How long will it take to analyze?
If I had 6 hours...
You've got 3.
That's totally unreasonable, but I suppose I will do my best to have this analyzed in 3 hours.
You folded pretty easily on that one.
I want to catch the criminal as soon as possible. That's all.
Also, if I were Pewter, I would start deliberately doubling the amount of time I claim it takes to do something so that I get the amount of time I actually want. Because she always cuts it in half, so if it actually takes 3 hours, I would have adapted to, say, 6 hours so that I get the 3 hours that I want. It's kind of the reverse of if you know someone is habitually late to things, you tell them to show up half an hour in advance so that they actually show up on time. That has worked flawlessly for me. There was someone, whenever in high school, whenever I would schedule get-togethers with my friends, the one person was always just embarrassingly late. And obviously, no one can be on time all the time. Obviously, there's going to be extenuating circumstances. Humans aren't perfect. Of course, you're naturally going to be late one or a couple times just by the nature of how life happens. But when it's every single time, and the excuse is always just, I fell asleep, or I slept through my alarm, or other reason that doesn't involve traffic, and also that you don't call or text ahead of time to let us know that you're gonna be late, starts to come off as a little disrespectful for putting it lightly. So you just come around to say, hey, we're gonna meet at this place at this time, and it's actually half an hour ahead before we actually were supposed to show up, or when we're planning on showing up, and it has worked flawlessly every time. Anyway, that's my tangent for the day.
Now, because time is of the essence, excuse me.
How is Mizuki, by the way?
They finished questioning her. I had one of the officers take her home. She should be there by now.
Good.
So Sejima. I can't believe it, of all people.
We don't know that for sure yet.
But you saw that his leg was injured, right? It's pretty damning evidence.
Don't be too hasty.
You were saying the same thing earlier.
Anyway, let's wait for the results. That will clear everything up.
Yeah, you're right. I hope this won't be trouble.
Trouble?
It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
See, I just don't trust... Whenever the game gives you an easy out like this, I just don't trust it. I mean, I'm expecting the game to have some big, insane plot twist at the very end, because with how many routes there are,
is it true?
There's no way that, no matter what the lead is, because last time the lead was involving Oda and Mayumi and those people, and now it's seemingly involving So Sejima and that little group of people, so each route is probably going to involve someone else as to who it could possibly be, and I'm not going to believe any of them. Because no one route would give you the true answer. Because I'm expecting that, much like Zero's game, it's going to be revealed at one point that there is a single golden path that you go down, and that leads you to the true ending, where it will all be revealed. So I have no faith whatsoever in the obvious bad guys being the obvious bad guys.
Yes, the DNA I collected from his cigarette butt is a positive match to the bloodstain from the warehouse.
Really? It was So all along. He was the polar bear. He carved out Iris's eye and stabbed Oda. And probably killed Renju and Shoko.
Making So Sejima the new Cyclops.
I think it's far more likely that there's sort of a man who masterminds the game thing, if you catch my drift, where it's a bunch of pawns being manipulated by one overarching being who has control of everything behind the scenes. I don't...
Thank you, Pewter.
Don't thank me yet. Hurry up and get So.
Yeah, you're right.
I turned around and made my way to the exit. But right when I was about to open the door, I was opened from the other side.
Boss, listen. The bloodstain in the cold storage warehouse.
I know. I got a report from Pewter.
Well, then you already know. I'm heading there right now.
Heading where?
Where else? To So's house.
Date, I'm sorry, but you can't do that.
What?
I can't let you get So.
Boss, I don't understand.
This comes from the top. So and the head office have been tight-knit for 20 years now. They can't go against So's wishes. It's corruption and bribes to be sure, but there's also some kind of blackmail.
Blackmail?
So knows something. Something that the public can never know. If that secret got out, the authority of law would be thrown into question, and the entire police force would be at risk.
So has something on HQ?
Yes, almost certainly. That's why I can't let you go. Do you understand?
Hell no.
I see. Then I'm sorry, but I have no choice but to take you off this case.
Hey, boss, come on. Are you serious? Are you serious? You gotta be kidding me!
I had enough. I pushed past boss and left the room. I walked with a confident stride down the hall with no hesitation. I had made up my mind. I was going to Sozojima's mansion. I got into my car, turned the key, and slammed my foot on the gas. Yeah, we're not gonna let any blackmail stand in our way. If there's justice to be served, then damn well we're gonna serve it.
Are you sure you want to do this? You still have a chance to turn around. If you put your hands on So, you will never be able to return to Abyss.
Or I could just rewind time with my flowchart capabilities.
I don't care. I don't want to work for a rotten organization in the pocket of some politician. When this is over, I'll open a restaurant in Okinawa or something.
Wait!
Oh, should I make it a soba place instead?
That's not what I mean. You have a video message.
Here's the mail, it's time to wail. It makes me wanna wag my tail. When it comes, I wanna wail.
Look!
Mail. What?
Shit.
Okay, this is not the happy mail time I thought it was going to be. The hell? Well, that escalated immensely quickly.
Mizuki! Mizuki! Where are you? Don't worry, I'll find you.
It's not... This isn't the high-stakes scenario I thought it was going to be. There's not many places that one can hide in here. And I'm guessing she's in either... Okay. Interesting. I can't highlight this speaker. I can only highlight this speaker. I was going to say she's probably in one of these because they're the only objects large enough to hide in. But I can only actually pick one of them, so... By chance, is she in here?
The hollow space in the speaker. Perhaps Mizuki is in there.
That's a yes. Okay. So then that begs the question. So I assume this is going to be a hostage situation. But they just left her inside the speaker and ran?
Mizuki!
Date, hurry! Help her!
I know.
This wasn't quite as high stakes as I thought it was going to be. I guess they just didn't stick around? Alright then.
Are you okay?
That hurt, idiot! Pull it off more gently.
Mizuki.
You're late, by the way. I was about to suffocate, just so you know. This is so typical. You're never there when you need to be.
Mizuki.
Just like 6 months ago.
Mizuki.
I was about to miss the bus.
Mizuki.
Actually, stay like that for a while.
Man! Halt your investigation. Consider this a warning. Okay, well, I think we're gonna stop the episode here for today. That was, interesting. Her first reaction was to scream at us and yell at us and get angry after we stopped her from suffocating inside the speaker. Also, pull it off more gently. You don't know how adhesives work, do you? I promise you, if I slowly pulled off that duct tape, it would have hurt like hell. It's much less painful to quickly rip something off that's stuck to your body than it is to do it slowly and painfully. It'll be a quick burst of pain, it'll hurt, and then it'll be over. What'll be much worse is if I were to slowly peel it off, because I've had IVs where they have to, like, I remember distinctly as a kid in the hospital where I had, no, it wasn't an IV, it was a PICC line. I had a PICC line that's sealed on tight with very, very strong glue, and it's a whole process to tear it off. I was always terrified as a kid of when inevitably it got ripped off my body because it just, that process hurts so much. But, so, ripping it off slowly, because of how much tape there is to secure the pick line, you can't rip it off quickly, you have to do it slowly, and that hurts like hell. What doesn't hurt like hell is, just tearing it off quickly for a shorter piece of tape. And duct tape you could absolutely rip off quickly, so it doesn't even hold up. But also, putting it back on a mouth, yeah, it's funny, haha, it's also really cruel. And it's just, whatever. Anyway, that was not, that scene took a bit of a turn. Didn't expect it to be over that quickly. Anyway, that'll be it for now. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next time. I'll catch you all on Monday for some more AI, the Somnium Files. Goodbye.